Hi, everybody. It's Rob Jolliffe, and this is a Sabre Limited Ask the IT Expert session. We're going to talk about IT today. So, here at Sabre Limited, we have for many years been handling IT services, but only in our local region. And we're stretching out, we're expanding out. We're going to be doing IT services anywhere in North America now for companies, especially companies that are our ERP customers. And I want to cover a few questions that come in from time to time. And one of the most important questions I get is, do I really need cyber insurance? A little bit about myself. Why am I an IT expert? I began in the IT trades after graduating from mechanical engineering over 25 years ago. Became an IT manager, learned ERP, but also became a network engineer, and have since taught in supply chain, taught and speak about manufacturing and ERP systems, and also talk about cybersecurity and IT. And I am the owner of Sabre Limited. So if you are interested in what we're talking about today and you'd like to book a meeting with me, please don't hesitate. I have my calendar linked below. So just book a 30-minute meeting. If you have any questions about anything that we discuss or I discuss in this video and you'd like to understand it a little bit better, don't hesitate to book that meeting. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. So let's get into this topic. Do I really need cyber insurance? It is a question that I am asked from time to time. I either hear it indirectly from people or I hear it directly. And the short answer is yes. To be honest, I think you're a little bit crazy if you're not looking at it. But let me explain why. I think this is kind of critical to understanding what's going on. If you think about cyber insurance like it was fire insurance, and you lived someplace and there were a lot of fires near you, there'd been 100 forest fires in the last few years, would you opt out of fire insurance? Of course you wouldn't. It's happening all around you. You could see it, but this is the difference between a forest fire and a cyber attack. A forest fire is very obvious. You can see it, you can feel it, like you can feel the heat from it if it's close enough to you. It's very real. And a cyber attack is very unreal. It's happening to other people in other places. Even if it's happened to you and you've had a cyber attack in the past, you don't understand necessarily how it happened or why it happened. According to statistics, almost 20% of manufacturing businesses suffered a cyber incident in 2019. Now, that cyber incident could range from people falling for a phishing attack or phishing email and having to go kind of crazy changing everybody's passwords for a day. It could be a complete ransomware hack that has shut down your entire system. And it varies as to the intensity and difficulty of these cyber attacks, but they're some of them are very, very serious. So the probability of this happening, in my opinion, is just enormously misunderstood. So ransomware in particular found that 39% of businesses, this was a report that was done, 39% of businesses had suffered a ransomware hit in the prior year, and 65% anticipated being subject to a ransomware attack in the future. Now, that doesn't mean that the ransomware got through and damaged their systems and caused them to lose data. It just means that the attack began and was initiated. And we have a number of clients that we manage, and we have encountered ransomware attacks that are starting, which we have to stop, and then we have to roll back the damage that they did. But we're actively monitoring those and preventing that from happening. So overall, within the industry, what's happening and can you even stop it? Like, is it even worth looking at it? It's really important to understand. Now we're getting back to the insurance question. Insurance companies are currently paying out $5 for every dollar premium they collect. This is a scary piece of information because if you think about it, insurance companies are in the business of doing statistical analysis of risk and understanding what the risk profiles are. And they are beginning to now realize that they got it very wrong with ransomware and with cybercrime in general, and they're figuring that out. And so what they're doing is they're imposing these really, really onerous and extensive insurance requirements on businesses today. So I think that one of the things, if you want to figure out What do I need to do to prevent ransomware? You got to look at the ways these insurance companies are trying to find ways to decline your claim. They're trying to say, if you're not doing these different cyber protections, if you're not doing these things, then we're not going to cover you, because it's a foregone conclusion. It's basically known by the insurance companies you're going to be attacked. What are the costs? And note that these requirements that they have now, these things that they're putting in place, these are what mitigate their costs. So if they mitigate the insurance company's costs, they're going to mitigate your costs. And I think that's really the most important thing to consider. So if you contact your insurance company and ask for their cyber insurance forms, and you go through that list, you go, oh, wow, this is a lot of stuff. I can't believe that they want me to do all that. The reason they're doing it is because they're paying out $5 for every dollar. If you don't have the insurance, you're the one paying out. What does that look like? Well, downtime, massive downtime costs related to your business, privacy and identity theft insurance costs, which need to be recovered, recovery of data and rekeying of data in some cases, which is incredibly expensive and costly. Therefore you need to harden your system to try and prevent these kinds of expenses. And by the way, the ransom itself is getting up into the $200,000 to $300,000 average ransom. So all it takes, like the terrorist on the plane, is one person getting through to cost your business literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. So these ransomware attackers, they're formal businesses. Like, they have a business plan, they have staff, they have benefits, they have office space. They're doing this as a business. These are not people in their basement who are trying to hack into your business. So my conclusion, you need cyber insurance. It's an absolute requirement today. Cyber attacks are increasing, the frequency and the effectiveness of them are increasing all the time. Many businesses are being attacked annually, and particularly once you've been targeted once, you're sort of identified as a soft target. You're going to be targeted again, guaranteed. The cost of insurance is going up because it's being used. It's being used because these cyber attacks are successful. And that is requiring you to follow better procedures. So on the how to avoid, aside from getting cyber insurance, which is very important, the how to avoid would be to follow the better procedures, even if you're not getting the cyber insurance. The costs of a failure are massive. Like, you're looking at both the possible payout to the ransom, of the ransomware, which, by the way, doesn't guarantee that they're going to recover everything and you're going to go back to normal operations. We've seen clients who've been hit by ransomware and it takes weeks to negotiate and get the systems back up and running. And then we find out at the end of the day that we couldn't recover everything. And they try, some of them will actually try and help you recover. But there's a point where they'll say, no, this is too much work. And it just takes one mistake. It's human error. It's preventable, but it's very hard to prevent. And so it is really a risky situation for your business. You really have to consider that cyber insurance. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can reach us on the web at www.saberlimited.com, and you can email at info@saberlimited.com if you have any questions or thoughts. Thanks very much. Have a great day.